we're trying to figure out the value for S sub 1 and S sub 4. So what? So I want you to look at the formula first. To find S sub n plus 2, remember the subscript tells you where you are in the list. So S sub n plus 2 would be here. And look how you find that. If this is S sub n plus 2, this is S sub n plus 1, and this is S sub n in terms of positions in the list. So to find S sub n plus 2, what you do is you go back twice, go to the 1, 2 before, square it, and then subtract off the 1 right before it. So let's just look at this formula. Let's let n equal 1. And if n is 1, you're plugging a 1 in right there. That means you're finding S sub 3. Well, S sub 3 will be 2 back, and 2 back from S sub 3 is S sub 1. S sub 1 squared minus S sub the 1 right before, which is S sub 2. And they tell us that S sub 2 is 1. So this is S sub 1 squared minus 1. All right, let's figure out for n equal 2. You're going to see a method to my madness in a minute. If n equals 2, substitute a 2 in there and find an S sub 4. Well, S sub 4 equals the 1, 2 before, 2 positions before S sub 4 is S sub squared, is S squared. S sub 2 squared minus the 1 previous would be S cubed. But we know that S squared is S sub 2 is 1, and you square it and you get 1, and then you still got your S sub 3. So S sub 4 is 1 minus S sub 3. S sub 4 is 1 minus S cubed. Now, we're trying to find S1 and S4, right? Okay. So I know that if I solve this for S sub cubed, this bottom one, bring the S sub cubed over, and that's going to give me S3 equals 1 minus S4. But this is also S cubed. So let's set these equal to each other. I'm running out of room. S cubed and S cubed, that gives me S sub 1 squared minus 1. That's this. That's a name for S sub cubed. And set it equal to this, 1 minus S sub 4. See what I've done? I've got an equation involving an S sub 1, which is what I'm trying to find, and an S sub 4, which is something I'm trying to find. So this is S sub 1 squared equals 2 minus S sub 4. So let's try our numbers and see which ones work. Okay, I'm going to have to erase to give me more room. Oops. I've got to erase to give me more room. I hope you got that down. If not, watch the video again. All right, so let's take our first one, which is negative 12, and try it. So let me rewrite. I've got S sub 1 squared equals 2 minus S sub 4. So if I let S sub 1 be negative 12 and I square it, I get 144 equals 2 minus S sub 4. Well, this is just too big. That would give you a negative 142, and that's not in our list. So that's just too big. Let's try negative 7. That's going to be too big too. Because if you square a negative 7, you get 49 minus 2 minus S sub 4. 49 equals, 2 minus S sub 4, and that gives me a minus 47, and that's not in my list either. Let's try negative 3. Negative 3 squared, now I'm plugging in here in case you've gotten confused. Negative 3 squared is 9 equals 2 minus S sub 4, and that gives me 7 equals a negative S sub 4, negative 7 equals S sub 4. So that means S sub 1 was a negative 3, that worked. And negative 7 is S sub 4. You can stop right there, and the other ones aren't going to work.